Okay, I give it a few seconds and alrighty. So we are live. Hello, everybody. Hi,
Hi.
Ange. We see you in the chat. Um, so we finally made it to hey, what's your sign? Karen and I have been busy, but we were able to put our schedules together today so that we can get Scorpio discussed. And so we'll give a few moments to see if other people pop in. Um,
See,
and
Ange put her
let's
stinger out there for us.
and just my oldest baby is a Scorpio. He turns 18 on Friday. Oh wow.
Yeah, my husband's birthday is on Sunday, next Sunday.
Oh, next
hmm
Sunday. Wow.
Yeah,
Not much further though before we get to Saggy season, but I
yeah.
digress. We're in Scorpio. My papa was a Scorpio. Yes, thank you. Shout out to Papa. And who knows, maybe our favorite Scorpion, maybe
yeah,
Mr. Early Ritual,
I told
Sassy
him about it.
Curmudgeon might be here.
I told him about it. We'll see. We'll see. He said, I think he was like, I'll try to make it. I don't know. We'll see. No, I think I told Scott Scorpio.
That's right, Scott Scorpio Moon. I mean Sun.
Yeah, but he might be doing a show or something too. He's on a good bit. So,
So,
but
well,
I'll like to know Tom's excuse later if he's not here. He's gonna have to report
I
to it.
was taking a nap. I needed a sleep. Okay. Yeah, even grumpy bears need sleeps,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
see?
confirmation. Yeah.
Exactly. I like the confirmations, girls.
They're starting the party here.
See, they're calling for Tom. See? Tom, Tom,
Tom.
Uncle Tom.
Maybe this might not be. Isn't there like Uncle Tom's Cabin, or am I making
Yeah.
that up? Yeah. That's not the best one.
Wow, look who's here.
There's Jackie.
Hey, Jockey. What's going on, girl? Sup, sup, sup.
Hey.
So, yeah, we're just waiting to see for a few people to pop
Yes.
in, and we'll get started. So, wow, November. So, I guess what I could do until people start coming in, I have my astrology. And Ange says, "Oh my God," she goes, "I literally live down the street from Uncle Tom's cabin."
What's the
I
crack?
know a secret down at Uncle Tom's cabin. Oh yeah. Remember that song from the 80s? Warrant? They did a great job on that song. Oh, and here we go. What's the crack, Karen?
Yes. What's the crack?
What's the crack? The Kraken. Just gonna make you release the Kraken. So, Ange, seeing that your boy is going to be birthday on Friday on the 15th, did you want me to read November 15th for you, for him? Let me know. Because what the author does is that she gives you an overall color for the month, and which is claret red for November. And it's about intense, passionate, and transforming. Yes, please. Okay, so overall color for everybody in November, claret red. The color of the month is claret red, intense and passionate. This color inspires depth, strength, and love. People born during this month can see beyond the mundane and into the hearts of others. This is a great color to use when integrating perception with a more lighthearted detachment. Claret red helps you stay inspired as you build your dreams and ambitions.
Red
So
is a
those are
huge
for
color. Yeah, like a deeper red. Yeah.
everybody for November. And let's see, the 15th. So, Ange, your son is Garnet Rose. And it's instinctive, it's sexy, and it's admired. Um, so, if you were born on this day, gentle, strong, and challenging are just some of the ways to describe you. Your senses are heightened, and therefore you see many things that the rest of the world does not. And does your boy have any gifts that you know of? Um,
He might
so it
hide
says
them though, because Scorpios like to hide things.
they like to, yeah, like my dad. It is a gift that, if channeled properly, allows you to find great pleasure. Although you need time alone to replenish your energy, it is important not to hide or isolate. And how this color benefits you: your personal color reminds you to honor your gifts by sharing them with others. Wearing, meditating on, or surrounding yourself with garnet rose helps you transform any hurts into fertilizer for creation. And the compatible birthdays are April 22nd, May 3rd, and June 13th. So again, Ange, there you go for your boy. And then
Yeah.
Jackie, I saw you said your boy will be 13, officially a teenager on the 20th. So also 20th, isn't that like just on the cusp of, so would he be like a Scorpio Sagittarius cusp?
Yeah. I mean, you could probably feel some of those energies and other placements, because like your Venus won't be very far off. Um, and I think your Mercury won't be very far off. Like it can't let you venture all the way on the other side of the wheel. Like it's got to be within like um, two signs, 2 or 3 signs. So he probably feels a lot of that energy, anyways.
So Jackie, then for the Scorpio, possibly the Scorpio attributes, your boy's got rose wine. And look at that, musical, expressive, and imaginative. Wow. I know you said he's a chess player, so imaginative would be, I think, a strong trait for him to utilize because he would have to imagine and figure out, moves and advances and things like that ahead of time. So,
Yeah, good poker face for
mm-hmm.
that too. Right before you,
Poker
yeah,
face.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah,
Poker
yeah,
face.
yeah, yeah, yeah. For sure, gotta have can also intensely stare people down. The
Yeah.
look, it's all in the look
Like
with a
Jackie.
Scorpio
Jackie's like, I got my eyes on you. You see? You see?
for sure.
So, rose wine, musical, expressive, and imaginative. You have a strong feeling nature that allows you to pick up on impressions easily. You are good at many things, so it is important for you to be exposed to a variety of interests. You may find that you are usually doing two things at once. Many people born on this day have a talent for music, dance, or the arts. Yay! You have a
Nice.
quiet strength that is just below the surface, which you can access when needed.
I like
And how
that.
this color benefits you: your personal color helps you guard against fear and self doubt. Wearing, meditating on, or surrounding yourself with rose wine supports focus and commitment. And a few compatible birthdays are June 23rd, September 22nd, and October 19th. So happy early birthday to your boy. Or she goes, my boy child.
Oh, so December 6th is yours. Okay.
Oh, yep,
Oh,
mine's
Morgan
not
the
that
Void.
far off. Yep. And Ange says, both of my boys are gifted, but they don't exercise them. Drives me batty. Gotcha. You're welcome, Ange. And someone else has a
Yes.
birthday. Yep. Not far off.
Yep.
Excuse me. And Morg in the Void. My boyfriend is a Scorpio, and I'm a Scorpio moon and Chiron. Ooh, nice. So welcome. Better left unspoken. Somebody new to my chat.
That's
Welcome.
such a Scorpio name. I love that.
Scorpio stellium. So while I have you here, can you explain a stellium to me?
Okay. So,
I get confused, and my boy child thanks you.
of course, there's varying opinions on what is accepted sometimes as a stellium or not. between astrologers because they're always going to have different opinions. But I would say you've got to have like, a major, at least one major thing in there for most to accept that. And it can't just be like those far outer planets, it's got to be like, here's a little known fact. Katy Perry has she's a triple Scorpio. All of her three big threes are Scorpio.
Wow.
So yeah. So I would say like you've got to have like a personal planet in there. And usually like it doesn't always have to be like the sun and the moon or whatever, but
I got like 3 or 4 in
but
Scorpio.
yeah, 3 or 4. Yeah. And it's because I mean I have 3 planets in Virgo, but my teacher's like, he was like, I just call that a cluster. I wouldn't really consider it a stellium. I was like, okay. It's like one of them is Mars, and then the other 2 are Jupiter and Saturn. That's my, I've got 3, like, and they really are like just piled on each other, kind of. So it's
Like,
it's kind of complicated, and I'm
mm-hmm.
still like trying to wrap my head around it, because there's just differing opinions about it. And even when he explained it to me, I was just kind of like, but it's individual to the astrologer which camp they subscribe to. But yeah, I would say it's got to be more of those the personal planets, not so much the outer planets, and usually like luminary, or if you have your rising, things like that. But I will look it up and give you like a definition here in just a minute. I'll let you go
Morgan the Void says, I'm an Aquarius sun, Mars, Jupiter, and Uranus, so I have an Aquarius stellium. Interesting. And they're cheering you on. We have our very own cheering squad today. That is awesome.
Oh, hi everybody.
Because a Capricorn.
Yes.
Rhoda has 3 planets in Capricorn and 3 in Sag. Wow. Kristen, a Scorpio stellium. And hello, Carmela. Flowing is here. Hello, my dear. And let's see. Jackie says, can Morg in the Void and Better Left Unspoken please tell me their first names? I like to call people by their name. It's shorter.
Yeah. And if I ask and then I forget, like, it might take me a few times.
And Morg says, we love the enthusiasm. So the enthusiasm is much appreciated. And Flowing says, Carmela says, I love the sounds of your kids. And so Morg is Morgan. So, okay.
Oh, well, that makes sense. I can maybe, now that I'm saying that, I don't want to get too confident. But yeah, I have a feeling I can remember that easier because it relates. Morgan. I like that.
And oops, Better Left Unsaid, Better Left Unspoken says, I have Scorpio Sun, Mars, Pluto, and Mercury, and a Capricorn stellium. Wow.
Oh yeah. When you've got that Sun and the Mars in there, then you definitely, and the Mercury, that's personal too. You can definitely count that Pluto in that. But like if I think like if there's not enough of a bigger player in there, the less likely it's to be considered into that. I know it's stinking confusing. I know.
And Better Left Unspoken said, I'm Jason, or Blue Beater, I left you unspoken. I don't know what. Okay, I'm just going. Jason, it is. I couldn't figure that out. Did you see that?
Oh.
Am I not?
Okay, Jason or Blue. Okay, BLU. Jason or Blue. Better Left Unspoken is like blue. You could just say blue, like to make it an acronym. Or is that an acronym?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. And hello, Amber Gedden. Welcome.
My brain today.
Let's see. My first time here, and I'm a Libra sun with 3 more planets in Libra, Aries moon, and Sagittarius rising. Well, Amber Gedden, we are celebrating and learning about Scorpio today. So Blue like Better Love. Gotcha. Yeah, Heather's slow today. I had quite the night last night, didn't we, Ange?
It
with Miss
was
Carol D
amazing. I had so much
and
fun.
the Ramon popping in. So yeah, Amber Gannon, that is such a cool name. It is, and I love Amber. Amber is so beautiful. Um,
Yeah, yeah, it's just like a grouping of three or more planets in one sign. But
Hello, Viviani.
why won't why like but as I said, I had three planets grouped into one sign, and my teacher does not consider that a stellium. So
Hmm.
there's extended rules to it. It's not so straightforward.
For sure.
Otherwise, I would easily be able to tell you that. Although I've been since I've taken the class, I've been dipped into the void of trying to figure out what I will adopt and what I'll consider so. And apparently, there's a bunch of different patterns that you can have with that too. Splashes, slays, buckets. I'm like, ah, this chart reading is going to be fun.
Buckets. Sounds like me. Things in buckets. So today we are talking about the sign Scorpio,
Oh,
which according to this deck is integrity, no, intensity, exposing, purging, and renewing. It is ruled by the planet, or even though Pluto was demoted, I still think of Pluto as a planet. And it's
mm-hmm.
about transformation. It's the card of death and rebirth. It is a water sign. Um, Spirituality, emotions, intuition, and compassion. It is a fixed sign, and I'm still trying to remember the differences. So stability, persistence, loyalty, and dependability. It is a feminine side. It is part of the yin, which is intuitive, trust, patience, spirituality, and receptivity. So it's all a very divine feminine or feminine side to that. And Karen, could you explain again fixed for people who might be new?
Yeah, yeah. So it's like one of the three modalities where we have the cardinal, and then we have the fixed, and then we have the mutable. And the fixed is pretty much just what it sounds like. Going to be a little stubborn for change, but like to really sustain and keep things going. So that does make you reluctant to changes. So I would say think of Scorpio as a. This is going to sound a little rough, but I don't mean it that way. Think of it like water as in like in a swamp, like it doesn't move a lot. It stagnates a little bit, which is ironic with Pluto, the transformation. I think that's a big thing to do with it. I think Pluto pushes Scorpio to do that because they need to, being fixed. So yeah, Cardinal, it's just like a season. You begin a season, then you have the middle of the season, and then you have the mutable, which is, it's preparing for change, it's ending things, wrapping, tying loose ends. So it needs to be more flexible. And then you start over again with that bang of energy called Cardinal, the go getters, the starters.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just think it like the beginning, the middle, the end.
And
And that
Chris and Louise
helps.
said, "So I'm swampy." Sounds like a
You're
personal
swampy.
problem. So extra moist, right? You're like, no, don't say that word. Oh my goodness. And Carmela says, Kristen, I guess I've been called worse. Oh, that's so much fun.
Every sign gets it every month. Like it's just things that we have, really awesome things. Then we have things that are
Oh,
challenges for us.
oh,
We
that
each have
goes
our,
again.
yeah, we each have
All
the
right.
good and the bad. It's not really
Okay.
bad, but
There we
yeah.
go. My son's big three are all fixed signs, and someone called Sherry voices from the swamp. Yes.
She's a Gemini.
Yes. But she's
She's a
just, oh, well,
Gemini,
there you go. But yeah, but
like
she
me.
does live by the swamp. So,
Yep.
and the story where she wrestled an alligator for her purse and she won. That's a story that you can tell for the generations to come. So,
What? Okay. I
yeah,
missed
she
that
was
one.
having lunch
What
She
the
was at
heck?
work and she had her purse next to her. She was reading a book. And all of a sudden she saw movement out of the eye. She saw her purse moving and she thought someone was trying to rob her. Turns around. This alligator is trying to make off, had the straps in its mouth. And she was just like, oh no, you know, she's
Mm-mm-mm.
telling the story. And, you know, the purse yanked. The alligator got the straps, but she got her purse. She's like, no. So, yeah,
I mean, that
that's
thing, like, I would mess with those
true story. Yeah. So, yeah.
dinosaur things.
I'm like, bitch, you can have it. I'm not
Yeah,
going to
right?
mess with you, you
All
know.
right. Like, yeah. Holy crap. That's wild.
Yes. She
Yeah,
is
I'm
a
glad it
tough
worked out
lady.
good for her because that could have went really wrong.
Yeah, well, I can actually picture, I could too.
Yeah, I
You know,
can.
she's like
She's
a sweet
feisty.
little old lady, but
Yeah.
oh, you don't want to mess with, you
No,
know,
I could tell she's got some
especially when she's a mama.
fire in her
You
too.
don't mess. So,
Yeah.
um, so I'm going to do my little spiel here from this book. It is from the astrology, Heavenly Bodies Astrology. I pull this out every month when Karen and I do our reads, and I learned about this deck from Amy's Mystic Rose Tarot, and I just fell in love with the artwork. It's all
It's
handcrafted and
lovely.
written by the artist from her scrapbooks and her crafting supplies and everything. So it's a lovely soft deck. I love how the cards are like it's like a soft sandpaper, so that when you shuffle, they just glide really softly
Mm-hmm.
and just you
Yeah.
know, if every deck could be made like that, I would be in heaven.
Sounds divine.
So here, what she writes about Scorpio is a deep well of intense emotion. Water always serves as a container for memory, and here distant memories percolate in the subconscious. Kind of like that Six of Cups again, in the past
Yeah,
emotions and everything, like we were hearing
absolutely.
earlier. Old secrets swim in hazy depths, giving Scorpio a knowing, mysterious aura. These beings are emotional sponges who, in consciousness, may not recall a happening, but are hardwired by the emotional imprint of their lives. Scorpio's porous memory exists to push its people into healing the snags of their soul because ultimately it's a transformative energy. Like its ruling planet, Pluto, it's drawn to the taboo, bearing the underbelly of its subjects, exposing dysfunction and toxicity to purge and renew. Oh boy, sounds like my daddy. Um, with so much tenderness to protect, Scorpio can be defensive. And being easily hurt, it can hold grudges and fixate on revenge. Definitely my daddy.
Mm.
Um, its familiarity with the realm of feeling enables it to sting where it hurts and manipulates others. This play between dominance and submission gives these people a passionate sexual energy. On one hand, they're delicate, but on the other hand, they're capable of self defense and holding power over others. So it goes here a rebirth isn't always loud. And I love this. A rebirth isn't always loud. Powerful shifts are often subtle. Deep change radiates outwardly in time, but long before magic happens quietly in the dark. This sacred process begins by going inward to explore dusty thoughts and habits. What's innately yours and what have you picked up along the way? What's relevant to who you are today? Examining the scaffolding of your life, relationships, work, belief systems, and see them for what they truly are. Hold your identity loosely, be it your be it your concept of self or the structures that give you hope. Transformation isn't a line you cross, but a road you walk. I love that. And they're agreeing all the way.
Yeah, yeah. I was just like, girls, be quiet during the sex stuff there, okay? You're only 2.5.
They're like, no, that's it. No, no. But
And hi to
yeah.
everybody. Like, I'm sorry I haven't said like everybody's names individually. We just have like a lot of information, or things to say. And so I just want to say like hi, that I do see you and I do appreciate you being here and thank you
Yes.
all.
Yeah, we appreciate everyone's support. Every time we do a live, we thank you for that. Make sure you go over to Karen, hit subscribe, like. She's an
Ding.
amazing
Yeah.
poet. For people who don't know who Karen is, she's a wonderful poet. She's an amazing reader.
Oh.
She's a great mama. Um, and no, I said mama, but I'm not talking to you. No.
Mama bear. Yeah.
Yeah, the mama came in. So, and Unicorn has joined us. Hello. And yes, Jackie, thank you. Oh, and Ange, don't forget the thumbs up. Yep, and
Thank
Jackie, girls
you.
got us. Thank you, thank you. And
Little
let's see,
cheerleaders
he's
today.
been having a rough time, and he really won't talk about it. He's also having a Saturn return. Okay, I
Oh yeah.
missed that. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, my son. Okay, yeah, that was my daddy. Very set in his ways. Very could be very loving, but when hurt, boy, did you not forget about it. So it was hard, especially when your
Yeah.
parents separate and you're that
Yeah.
child stuck in the middle. Yeah,
Because
that would
they
that would
don't forget. They don't forget either.
yeah.
Like things. Yeah.
And my mama was a Leo, so it was oof. Yeah.
Oh Lord. Yeah. Yeah. To have
But
those two, like, yeah, um when it's not working in a, yeah, because then the tendency there
yeah.
is to not focus where it needs to be on children, right?
Yeah. But until my
Yeah.
daddy's dying day, he always loved my mama. She went in. They got back together just about,
Oh,
I would
it's
say,
never
6
ending.
months to a year before he passed. They were separate for like 25 years or so. But when he was starting to get ready to move on, he got sick. They were able to patch things up. My dad never stopped loving my mom. So that Scorpio, that emotion, that love, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. A Scorpio will hold on to something even if it's not in their best interest. It just until it just gets to a point,
Hmm.
like where that it's like this. It's like a boiling pot, like the
Hi,
steam,
Melly.
and it's just like stewing. And eventually, like, I mean, there's a cutoff point, and that's where the Pluto,
Hmm.
that platonic energy comes in and just is like, okay, just think of like a mushroom cloud. but but yeah, it's because that's where the fixed energy is in the emotions. It's really hard to earn the trust and that love. I would even dare say that they might even see that potential in you before you would even know it because of that uh, deep knowing that's really elusive as to how they know the things they know sometimes. Very that yeah, very highly intuitive, excellent detectives. But I digress. I'm gonna try to like not go too ADD on y'all. But yeah, so it's wanting to fix like and have this stability in that emotion. There's love there,
Hmm.
and even when there's so much pain or whatever, I mean, they'll try to hold on to it. I've experienced this personally with my husband. With things I see it, and I live it, and I'm a Taurus ascendant, so my descendant is Scorpio. And what that means is that's how I am apparently in relationships. Who knew?
So
Until
when
I
you say a
started looking at that.
descendant, I know an ascending side. So is that the same as a north south node, or is that something totally different? Because I didn't
It's
know that there
different.
was a
It's
descendant.
different.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. The ascendant's kind of like your aura. Uh,
Oh, I have
what
to
people
find out.
see.
Okay.
Yeah, how they see you a lot. Some people like to call it like mask and stuff, but once I heard the word aura, my teacher used that, and I was like,
Or
yes,
veil, or veil,
it's like a yeah.
energetic veil.
And that's until people get to know the inner you, your
Hmm.
moon, And then you have your soul essence is your sun sign. Um, it's a very big part of you, but your moon is like not everybody sees that until they get close to you. Do they see
Mm.
the more vulnerable parts? And with the descendant, because that falls in the seventh house, which
Mhm.
is Libra, relationships. That's why when you go over to that side, whatever, your ascendant is, it's right across at the seventh is the descendant. And yeah, that's like how or what you look for in relationships, how you might be in a relationship. I mean, of course, there's a lot of other factors that'll come into play with that, but in your chart. But I can see some things, like I say Scorpios are really good detectives. I like to, in always not in an obvious way,
Mhm.
but I remember, I store information. Like, when I find out about people in my
I
mind.
love detective stories and things and stuff. So
Yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah. And then sometimes I'll just, try to like nonchalantly ask or, start talking about something, hoping that I will learn more. So
Mhm.
I like to figure out what makes people tick. And in a relationship, that's important to me. I've got to have like
Mhm.
it can't just be a surface level connection. Like,
You make an excellent
yeah.
then profiler. I bet you if you really got down to it, studying charts and studying human
Yeah.
behavior and personality, that sounds like a profiler where you'll be able to help people figure out like a who done it, who to look for, kind of describing, you
Yeah.
know,
And I like
very
to
cool.
really think about it too. If I don't know something right off the bat, like I might come back to you later and just be like, I had a revelation, because I, the detective
I
brain
feel
turns
this.
on.
Mhm. Yeah, too. And Carmela says, yes, me too. And even though I'm not Scorpio, according to my real sky astrology chart, I'm thrown right into Scorpio. So even with the real sky and then with compared to Western, I've got like three or four placements with Scorpio.
Yes.
So definitely I can see, let's investigate, let's grab the cards, let's look into this paranormal hotspot,
So
let's look into this
much.
cold crime.
Yeah.
What happened? Let's find out.
Some of Sagittarius believe, or some rather Scorpio, when you start getting interested in the mysteries, especially ancient mysteries too, with
Mm.
Scorpio, wanting to figure out why are we here, things like that. It just bleeds right over into the next sign. Like each sign builds upon the next one, and
Mhm.
it's like an evolution. We take traits, and then the next sign is like, okay, well, I'm going to take this, and then it's almost like it's an improvement in ways, and it's a growth cycle. So that's why a lot of the times you'll hear, no offense to any Aries, but you'll hear astrologers say like Aries is like the baby of the zodiac.
Mhm. As
Because
my
it's the
rising is an
first,
Aries
yeah,
rising. Yeah.
yeah, because Aries is like when they get that thing, I mean, like they're gonna say it and they want, hear me.
And
And
no one puts
yeah,
baby in the corner.
nobody
So
puts baby in the corner, right? Yeah.
actually, I would think Scorpio would be the baby because, usually the last one born is the baby, and not Scorpio, Pisces is the last one, and then Aries would be considered the firstborn. So that's interesting that Aries is considered the baby. But I see what you mean because it's the first sign, and then
Yeah,
it
in
grows into
Western,
Pisces.
it follows the seasons too, which I know is unfair for people in the Southern Hemisphere. That's a
Yeah.
point of contention that we do talk about in class. But yeah, because spring, Aries, the
Yeah.
first
Brand
the
new.
first seed of life that's coming in after that winter, and
Hmm.
it continues to follow through the seasons, and you'll see a lot of those themes and the ideas behind each sign as well.
And Amber again says, well, Amber says, that's me. I'm obsessed with wanting to know how we really got here in ancient history.
Yes.
I get lost after a while nowadays when they go on, and sometimes my brain starts to, melt because they talk about this, and then they go to this, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna
And
just
that's your
take so
Sagittarius
much,
there too.
but I just can't stay
Yeah.
too much into. Look who joined us!
So you need some change.
Miss
And
Tara
yeah.
D.
Hi,
Hello,
Miss
my
Tara
dear.
D. Wow.
We've been talking about you and all your shenanigans last night, and to the girl, we can't take her anywhere with us. I'm telling you. But you're here,
I
so we're
loved
all going to be quiet and be good.
every second of it.
We
And Miss
loved
Tara
it.
D can read the heck
Oh,
out of those cards.
yes, she
Those reversals
can.
and everything. I mean, like, yeah. And you read from your heart.
She reads
Yeah.
circles around. See, and the girls agreed. You got a
Yeah.
standing ovation on that one. Yes. So, woo. I know, Aunt, right? Well, well, well.
Well, well,
Well,
well.
well.
Yeah.
So here, let me do this. We don't want to. No.
I'm wearing my because Scorpio
Mm-hmm.
is the death card, and I have a very Scorpionic deck right in front of me. And Miss D, since you're here, I'm going to find the Harlot card for you too. I have it to the side, but I have my Deviant Moon Tarot out because it's very Scorpionic feeling to me. Is that
Mm-hmm.
that dark, kind of twisted, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
going to the dark places here. And this is the death card in this deck, and that is very,
Wow.
yeah, wow,
That
right?
was a deck I couldn't get into image and energy wise, but
Yeah,
the artwork is incredible. It really
yeah,
is.
it really reads well, like on investigative cases. It does, because like look at things like that, the things you could think, right? It really lights up the intuitive feelers there when you see,
Yes, and Ange says,
yeah,
yes, Mystique gets to see the Harlot card.
yes.
Yeah, if all of you don't know what we're talking about, it's a long story.
This is from
Yeah,
the Zammer Twins Oracle,
gotta
little
be there.
yeah, from Patrick Valenza,
Hello,
who I did
CD.
look. He's a Pisces though. I kind of felt I was like, is he a Scorpio? But he's a Pisces. Gonna find the harlot in here.
Miss Tarot D says those cards are so nightmarish. The Deviant Moon, yes.
Yes,
I
they
know a lot of
are.
people who like to use that. Some readers have, like in the past that I used to read in circles with. The Deviant Moon was a favorite for politics and stuff, so I can see why it's deviant.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely, and it's good for shadow
yay!
reads
Hi, Audra.
and dream reads. I have found. And bad relationships, like when something's not going right, are good for those reads.
And
Very funny.
Carmela is so excited to see this card. And it's so funny because,
It's
and I know
hiding.
she's still here. We were all pulling cards. Karen was pulling cards for us at night, and Fatima
You're
said,
welcome.
"I'll take a card. I'm brave. What do I get?" And she got this card. So it's also known as the Fatima
Look
card.
at like if I can get it to focus.
Here, I'm
Look
going
at
to
this
put you in the
woman's
big
face.
screen. Hold on.
Okay,
There we go.
look
That's
at
the
the
Harlot
the
card, Miss
face,
Charity.
and then yeah.
A bunch of naughtiness.
She's just like, yeah. Oh
There we
my
go.
goodness. Yes. And but it was in reverse for Fatima, so she was the not
Yeah,
harlot.
so she was good. Miss Tarot D says, I love, 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 love that.
Yes.
I
And I
figured
even
you
like
would.
was like right before I was like, okay, I like to talk to this deck too. Like right before I was pulling for everybody, I was like, okay, let's be nice. Let's
Yes.
be nice. And then I said that right before it, and Fatima got the not harlot.
The
I
not
was I was like, you cheeky duck.
Yes. So everybody is loving it. Oh my God, laughing. Oh my, yeah, so yeah, we knew you'd love that, naughty Miss
Yes,
Tarot D.
yes.
Yes, and it
I'm
reminds me
glad
of
you're here.
back in 1990 when Madonna was ready to just release, I think, her sex book, and she was doing the Blonde Ambition tour, I believe it was, for the MTV Music Awards. They were all dressed up like in Marie Antoinette clothing, that style, and part of the dance performance was her pulling up her dress just like that, and one of the guys going in under the dress right on the stage in front of everybody, and then her dropping and going, woohoo. So yeah, when I saw that, I automatically thought of that Madonna
Yeah,
performance. So
he's got a
very
twisted
cheeky.
sense of humor that I adore. Yeah, I love Patrick Valenza. I think he's amazing. And when I found out that most of these images from Deviant Moon were from like dreams and visions and stuff that he had growing up, when
Wow,
I yeah,
that's
it
scary.
it made it like really more compelling. Like he's not just coming up with, things just to be weird or whatever. Like these are like actual like dreams and things that scared him, and he's all these stories and everything built around it. It's fascinating.
So what I
Um,
think I'm going to do, just really quick, I'm going to be typing a banner in,
yeah,
because Karen and I usually like to do pull a few cards before the end of the show, and I thought now that Scorpio is about transformation and death, I figured we can do like a themed question and say if anybody would like a card and how we can right now take advantage of the Scorpio energy of death and use it to transform ourselves. How can we do that? Kind of like, so does that sound good to you, Karen? So
yeah, yeah.
I'll give it
While
over
you're
the floor.
typing that in, I
Yep,
can
go for it.
just say like, so one of my okay, I'm just gonna share this book with y'all too. Like my teacher is Dusty White. Okay, this is on Amazon. I think it's like 20 bucks or something like that. Totally worth it. Great book. Okay. Um, one of the things that I said earlier with the Scorpio is this. Okay, you can tell with Scorpio, particularly the way they stare at you. That look. It's like it's not gonna show disdain or like but it's just like it's penetrating into your soul. And one of my other favorite books is by Linda Goodman, The Sun Signs. Please, 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 like it's an entertaining read. It's not just like this is this, and like it's really like character development of each, and it reads very like in a very entertaining way. One little thing, like I always now I'm starting to like pick out like a little snippet that I like to read of
Hi,
hers.
John. John just joined
Hey,
us. He
hey,
says he's going to crash
Savage.
our little party. Of course.
you missed the harlot card, or did you make it in
You
time for
snooze,
that
you
one?
lose, John. What can I say?
So, yes, they have that hypnotic gaze that can make people feel nervous and ill at ease. So, you'll have to break the spell and look away first because they'll outstare you every time. Um, the other thing that she said is next, listen to them speak. The tone can be velvety soft, husky, or sharply cutting. The speech slow and measured or clipped and staccato. But what they say will never be self effacing. Scorpio has total ego. They know what they want and they know what they are not. And nothing anyone else thinks will change this knowledge. Insults roll right off the back. Yeah, they do. And compliments don't move them a fraction of an inch. They need no one to tell them their vices or virtues. At best, they'll calmly agree with your appraisal. At worst, they'll suspect, because they're very suspicious, suspect your motives. The next time you're with a group of people, bring up a discussion of sun signs. Mention that with a little practice, it's fairly easy to recognize them. When someone fastens you with the look, that gaze, and states with supreme confidence, "You can't guess what I am." And then you say, "You're a Scorpio." It may be the first time they've ever blinked, but their stare will only wave for an instant and then they'll quickly regain the cool composure exhibited before you exposed his careful disguise. So just try that one out.
There you go.
There are so many other things about Scorpio um, that, honestly, we don't have, the time to tap into here since we want to pull some cards and have
Well,
fun
you
with
did want
that.
to share the story of Scorpio, though, with Orion Spell, right? Did you still want to
Yeah,
share that?
yeah, yeah. This is from my teacher's book, okay?
If you would like to share,
It's
sure.
the constellation Scorpius, um, which the zodiac sign gets its name, is old. It's like at least 4,000 years old. Scorpio is the sign of mystery in astrology. because it's the eighth house. Eighth house is where we have like occult things, where you look at, themes of death, but also uh, other people's monies, taxes, sex. I mean, all kinds of things. But it's really about how we're intertwined with others, too, and that's that loyalty factor. You make it real. You put it on paper, like
Almost sounds like
marriage
the
and stuff.
devil's card too, a little bit, because of
A little bit, yeah,
the indulgence and the debauchery and the money and the sounds a little bit
yeah,
too like.
yeah. And one thing before I like say this a little bit is like Scorpios can be really like Billy Graham was a Scorpio. Did you know that? They could be highly religious in one way, or
Wow.
they can be atheistic, or they can just dip down into the darkness. Like, but there's a fervor usually
Like our
one way
Tom.
or the other, right?
And his views on
Right?
spirit. Yeah.
Oh, Linda Goodman used that Crowley quote for Scorpios too. Um, that what is that? Oh my God, I'm so glad you said that because I was like I had to put this down because I was hoping he would be here so I could tell him that. This above all, to thine own self be true. So like do as thou wilt, or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's total. That was my little shout out for Tom.
Mm.
But yeah, so it comes from like there's okay, so various cultures cultures assign the constellation to coconut trees, fish hooks, serpents, because there are 7 stages to Scorpio, by the way, too. Y'all can like Google that, but
Interesting.
they have more than one animal, okay, or one more than one thing. But most people like just say like they finish out in the Phoenix phase, but there is a Scorpion phase, and I think you start with the spider, but then there's this lizard phase and a wolf phase, and I mean, yeah, because that's how
Wow.
complicated Scorpio is.
Hello, Adelia. Yeah.
We need that many states
And
of
there's supposed to be another sign
evolution.
to some people between Scorpio and Sag
Ephesians,
with a snake. And I'm just like,
Ephesians, or something like that. Yeah,
I
I
just beat the
I don't do that.
Ophiuchus. Yes. I was like, thank God.
Yeah, yeah,
Yay!
yeah,
I know girls, right? Yay! Yay! Heather beat the
yeah,
snake.
yeah. But aside all of these other things, the most popular myth is assigned to Orion, the great hunter. Okay. Even the tale of Orion and the giant scorpion is told in different ways, with some accusing Apollo of sending the scorpion to kill Orion, and other tales blaming Artemis and Leto. In any case, according to the Greeks, the giant scorpion won the fight, because of course they did. A Scorpio wants the last word. I know that personally. They want the last word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They have a hard time with that. Um, so both Orion and the Scorpion were placed in the sky on opposite sides naturally, ever pursuing each other through the heavens. In no tales does the Scorpion appear to be a hero, but the Egyptian goddess Serket is said to be the Scorpion goddess, and she is really old. So I thought that was interesting. But yeah,
Hello, Bobby. Bobby
just
Fierro just joined us.
hi, Bobby. How are you? I am. I went Scorpio today with my
There
what
we
is it?
go.
Dia los muertos,
Hello.
muertos,
Yes.
muertos. I'm messing that up.
There you
And then
go.
my little skeleton earrings for Scorpio.
And Odelia also joined us as well, the lovely Odelia. And Miss Carol D says, how do you remember all of this, Karen? I know, right, Miss Carol D?
I don't remember all it. I mean, I just sometimes it's about knowing your resources, right, and remembering
Mm-hmm.
the resources of like I need to look right at that. But I have learned a lot, and it's because it's building blocks of knowledge where we weren't coming right in, and my teacher wasn't throwing all of these terms all at us all at once. We learned the basics of just polarities to begin with, you know, sun, moon, things like that. What does that really mean? They're everywhere around us, building into the elements. So you really soaked in and had a foundation, and you just layer on top of it. And that's his method of teaching, by the way. So I highly recommend his book. He's amazing. Dusty White. So, anyways,
It's an easy name to remember too.
it is. It is.
But now that I got the word Dusty, I'm
He's a
thinking of,
Sagittarius too. He's hilarious.
oh,
Yeah.
like him even better.
I will
So,
put in my community tab like a link to like one of his astrology podcast things that he did. He did a really funny political one too, where you learn about different presidents and stuff, and I thought that was interesting. It helped you understand their psyche more. And apparently there's been more uh Scorpio presidents than any other sign.
yeah.
Imagine that.
Imagine that. To me, I'm surprised it's not more Leo because, you know, Leos, and I'm not knocking the Leos because my beautiful
Bill
cousin
Clinton
in
was a
spirit
Leo.
was Leo, but
Mm-hmm.
the Leos, and no
Obama.
offense to you, Bobby, but you know, some Leos, especially my mom,
Thank you, Bobby.
the attributes of being kind of a narcissist, very ego, self-centered, very self-serving. That was a lot of the strong traits, you know, from the Leo that she pulled out. But at the same time, she had a personality that could light up the room. She can go into
Yes.
a room of strangers and know exactly everybody, say hi to them. She could cook like no one's business. She loved
Mm-hmm.
to serve people. She was a waitress and a cook her whole life.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
The
just
heart rules, Leo. Yeah.
talk about, you know, yeah. And Odelia says, those little girls in the background are cheering for us. Yes, they are. They have been the whole time. So, okay,
Yeah,
bye,
there's a
Miss
lot of Leo
Karen.
placements and presidents too. Yes.
Thank you for popping in. And
Thank you,
Bobby
Miss
says,
Charity.
I'm loving your headpiece, Karen. So everyone's saying hi to Bobby. Um, all righty. So for the question, was there anything else you want to share, or did you want to pull a few cards?
Those were just yeah, let's just pull some cards. Yeah, I highly recommend that the two books I told you, like one for learning, okay, and one that breaks it down. Like you won't, you know, he doesn't overwhelm you all at once. He builds up slowly through the concepts so you really understand them.
And I'm going to
And he
type that in.
offers free lessons to like he's actually the classes that I'm in right now are being turned into lessons that he's going to share. And then he has like a paid version of it too, not like the protege, like more of a private listen thing that we were doing. But yeah,
And his name
I'll
is
share some of that. Dusty White,
Dusty White. I just want to
he's
type that in
hilarious.
too.
Yeah,
There you go,
he's
everyone.
really funny
Dusty White.
and very intelligent, like super smart. He's
And
really good at
Unicorn
tarot
Rainbow
too.
says, yes, love the headpiece. It gives off Persephone or Kali vibes.
I love that.
It does.
Yes, thank you.
All righty.
Y'all know I love my headbands.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So we're pulling cards.
It says now for today's question, what do I need to transform during this time? Because we are in Scorpio, and Scorpio is about death, and death is about rebirth. And so CB has asked for a reading.
John. There you go.
Seriously? You
He came in
thing.
late.
And hello, Gypsy. Whoops, Gypsy JJ just popped in. She said she would like one. So, all righty. So I'm going to go back to CB here, and I'm going to be pulling from my ethereal. And okay, got you, Unicorn. Floyd says, naughty, naughty, naughty. There was an 80s song by an 80s hair band. I can't remember who did the song Naughty, Naughty.
I don't know.
Oh, the 80s. Gotta love it. So, yeah. For CB, what do I need? Woo, okay, what do I need to transform? Usually I use the other deck, but let's see what we get here. Oh, wow, how interesting. Look at that.
John said
Probably
probably poison.
poison.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't poison, although it's I can see their name. You ever have a name of a person is on your tongue, you can see it, but you can't bring it into focus. I'll think of it after the show. I'll type it in the comments. Hey, John, Karen, chat. I remember the name of the band. So, okay, Amber got you, sweetheart. Whoops. Here, let me make sure because the chat just jumped and I don't want to accidentally send everybody to the naughty corner.
Yeah.
John
I
Carr.
sent Ange
No,
there.
no,
All
this
right.
was
So,
a hair band.
oh. Mm.
Oh, God, there were so many of them. No, it wasn't Warrant. Mm-mm. But I got to focus now. So, we're not doing Amber. We are doing CB. So,
CD.
all right. Yes. So, CB, I think I can leave myself here. It's a big enough screen.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I like to pull three cards and then one from the bottom for the overall energy. And the overall energy, and we are just talking about this in the beginning. We were talking about emotions and memories and depth and nostalgia. I got the Six of Cups for you. So the overall energy and what do I need to transform is making sure that as we're moving forward, that the nostalgia that we have, the memories that we have, are ones that we can go visit briefly and remember and enjoy, but not live in them or live in the past. Sometimes those memories can bring us down, even though they might be happy ones. Sometimes we long for those days or times past, and that kind of drags us, kind of back into, you know, it can make it hard for us to move forward, but also too with the Six of Cups, when we do have those good memories, that can help us through the heavy times. So that's like the overall energy, just when we have those nostalgic moments, making sure that we're there to visit them, but we're not actually living in them, especially too if they might get a little heavy. And I'm going to a little bit of the heavier, just a little bit of the heavier side, because the first card I did get was the Hierophant. And so, for what do I need to transform and let go? I feels like with the Hierophant is usually has to do with spiritual traditions. It has to do with it can be government, it can be governing bodies, but a lot of this is like on a spiritual level. And right now, too, with it being still pretty much a silent season, ancestral season, tapping into our ancestors, our traditions, and kind of taking a look back and reflecting on this past year. Do I still feel the same way? Do I still believe in the same way? What have I learned about myself or my beliefs in the last year? How do I want to move forward? And it feels like that there might be something that we want to move on from. The Six of Cups, that Six of Cups could be maybe something that might have been a little traumatic, and we don't want to have those memories. We can learn from them and we can build our strength and character from those memories, but we just need to learn that we can use that to help us power us forward. And I think that's really what you're doing, because the next card CB I have is the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles is like the student, looking at all those beautiful coins. I love this card. It's like a tree. It's rooted. It's grounded. It's stable. It's secure, and it just wants to start looking at things, starting to study. Pentacles is also the suit of spirituality. So whatever it is that you are looking into, maybe studying something, you want to analyze, you want to study, academic, just kind of looking at and trying to kind of maybe look at your spirituality, your past, and how it affects your life in this time and how it inflects in it. And I see that things are probably going to be might be changing for you. I did get the Six of Swords, and the Six of Swords is about crossing over, moving forward, moving away from one place to another, and this beautiful boat heading towards that beautiful light, crossing the water. So it feels like there are going to be some, you're going to be moving on, making new changes, studying, looking at things. Um, and just again, that's overall Six of Cups, just making sure that those memories that we have are sustaining us, that are keeping us afloat and not weighing us down. That we tap into those nostalgic moments, those gifts, emotional gifts that we get to propel us forward and not to pull us down. And that's what I have for you. And I'll give you over to Karen.
Hey, Heather, that was interesting. Like we were just talking about the Six of Cups earlier, and you pulled the Six of Cups. That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that is a Scorpio. It's in the like the Scorpio decan. So I can't. I'm still learning my decans. I know it's not Venus in Scorpio because that's Seven of Cups. So maybe it's the Moon. I gotta look again. Hey, Moira. Myra might know. She's smart like that. Okay, so I I'm going deviant today. And first off the bat, I didn't even know like I had I thought all of these were upright, so this was really supposed to come out in reverse right now. I do read reversals, but you know, I was trying to keep it like more simple today. It still wanted to come out. So we're starting off here, but I'm feeling like this is an so something. I don't know if there was something in the past here that you feel like maybe someone like gave up on you or you gave up on somebody. It just didn't feel like worth your time anymore. And um, the reason why I'm saying that is like one of my charms that came out. It's got a dog, and dogs are like loyal friends, right? There's like some type of, you know, friend here. And right now, you know, your challenge is getting out of this. It's just the Nine of Swords. I mean, literally, like it's got like little, you know, demon, like little imp on the shoulder there, and the biting of the hands. I mean, you know, this is like the things that worry us, things that keep us up, things that, you know, regrets, perhaps something you regret not investing in or losing patience over. Um, and wow, yeah, this is very like there's two pentacles here, okay? And the advice here is the Three of Pentacles.
Sorry.
Oh, oh, I
Sorry,
was like,
it's
did I
him.
say something?
It's the fella. My bad. Sorry, I thought my camera was off.
I know you're fine. You're fine. I was just like, did I say something? Okay.
No, I'm sorry, sweetie.
No, no, you're fine. So the Three of Pentacles here. I mean, you know, this is Patrick lenses, so it's quirky, right? But look, they're all like very differing here. I think it's time to put hope back into working with others, and they could probably perhaps um, you know, maybe even something like creative, bringing together things. But I feel like to get out of your own head, you need others to focus on a common goal towards. And a lot of the times, these can be creative type situations too, right? Um, I had one of my coolest like little charms is the little lightsaber. So you might feel defensive, right? Yeah. And there is a home, you know, working you can find somewhere that you belong, and this can even be things in your house too. But I have this like little centrifugal type piece here of Lego, and I decided it's kind of like a fan, but I decided to assign that to like the idea of the wheel of fortune. You know, these are cycles, these are changes, ending one to come into another. Things go up, things go down. Don't let it jade you from looking forward and having hope, because this on the bottom This is not just happiness in yourself, this is happiness with others. This can bring you more emotional happiness, which is Scorpio. It's about it's about all about the emotions and everything, and to feel that with others. Your oracle card here is the Mandrake. And this is a Patrick Lenza as well. Okay. So this Mandrake has been violently yanked from his muddy home, which is funny, the home charm came out, right? But the Mandrake can stand for, mischief, some cause, mischief for such an offense or whatever. It's an enchanted plant, okay? But one must be aware for, it can like unleash demons. But, there's some key words in here like hallucinations, insanity, being uprooted for comforts, and also a cry for help. So, and a potentially fatal mistake. Now, that's a little, what is the word? Over, maybe exaggerating it a little bit there, a little dramatic, but something that Spirit's asking you to restore your faith with. From my angel tarot, you've got the Queen of Pentacles here. Okay, so many pentacles, and it's Mebahaya, the eternal God. And this angel can help you with intellectual lucidity and provides consolation and compensations. Okay, and my gratitude quip, because I've handpicked all of these, and this is funny because it's not one of my original gratitude quips. It slipped in here, so it's especially for you, CD. Okay. The idea is not to live forever, but to create something that will. Andy Warhol. I think others can help you create that thing that you want and to restore your faith into working with others, even though maybe
Hey, Topaz.
they jaded you in the past, is kind of my message for you there. So I hope that resonated for you, and thank you for letting me read.
Mm-hmm. She said, "Thank you for the guide." Yes, and oh, yeah. And we had Chris join us. Everybody, this is Chris, Topaz Justice Flame.
Hi, Chris.
So good to see you again. And I found out what the name of the band was, and I typed it into chat. They were called Danger Danger, and their song was Naughty Naughty. So Heather, I had to find it. I'm like going. Where's my
Danger,
damn book?
danger. Naughty, naughty.
Danger, 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 danger. Robinson, naughty, naughty. Um, so okay. She and CB says you won't believe what the messages is pointing to. Thank you.
Oh,
Well, I'm glad that
wow.
they
Okay.
resonated for you. Um, so everyone's saying hello to everybody coming in. Let's see. So next up is flowing. Flow. Yep, I was going to say it. Flowing's right there. I was going to ask Flowing, are you here? And she is. So
Awesome.
I went ahead and pulled a few cards, but I want to take a look at one of these Flowing because I'm using the Vixen Ethereal, and like with every specialty deck, each author gives their own specific insight into the cards, and I always love sharing that with people. And for me, it's another way of adding a layer or an understanding of the suits, especially with the Hush Tarot. Oh my God, the Hush Tarot is just, it still blows my mind. I'm always picking that up. So, commercial control. And we thank again everybody. Thank you for coming in. Please be sure to not only hit the like button and comment after, but please support my girl here, Karen. She's an amazing poet. She's an amazing reader. She is astrology, and I know someone. I think it was you, John, saying that you need to talk to somebody, or no, Bobby. Sorry, John. Bobby, Karen is learning astrology. So if you have any questions about astrology, just reach out to her, and And naughty girls need love too. Yes, Samantha Fox. I bet you were that naughty girl back in the day, Bobby, because that was around our time. So, okay, Heather, focus. So, flowing, Carmela, my dear. The overall energy for you in this reading is the Ace of Swords. And this is one of my favorite Ace of Swords. This is one of my favorite cards in the whole deck. That is just beautiful. To me, it just almost feels like it's the sword, the Excalibur sword, and instead of a stone, it's coming out of a cloud. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful. And again, this is all about new ideas, new beginnings, um, a sense of clarity moving forward. So during this time of transformation, it feels like you have a clear idea, or you're starting to gain clarity on what it is that you need to transform and to work on. And it says here, open your mind and congratulate oneself. For this is a card that is an indication that one has seen a situation through a different lens and can finally perceive all the new opportunities. So I love that perspective. I love, love, love that. So that's your overall energy for the reading so far. It is a new beginning for me. Wonderful. I like new beginnings, especially when they're positive. So the first card that came out was the Empress and what we need to transform. And I think right now, moving in from, because the Empresses are about that mothering, nurturing energy, the fertility. She's the one that provides. It's the bounty. Again, the fertility can be the creativity, wanting to birth something new into this world. So right now, this past challenge that you have been through, like you mentioned, something that you're now seeing clearly. That's beautiful, because now we can move into and focus on nurturing ourselves, nurturing our creativity, tapping into Mother Earth again, and finding ways of nurturing ourselves. The next card I have, love this, Nine of Pentacles. So you are gaining this momentum, moving into your own independence, your own self expression. Things that you have worked hard for are now coming to fruition. You are in your own beautiful garden, Mother Empress, there. And you see everything flourishing around you, that sense of stability, security, um, finances, and sometimes that abundance and prosperity is in other means besides materialism and money. This could be just finding that quietude, that moment to be who you are, what you want to explore. The chances now of being able to nurture yourself, um, getting grounded, getting rooted. Again, the Pentacles also about spirituality, just really feeling that abundance of, I don't know about health, but it just even feels like too health right now too. This could be a time where maybe to focus more on health. The Empress, our bodies, making sure we're eating properly, getting enough water, we're eating properly, getting enough sleep. So this is all about this beautiful coming full circle. And the last card that I got is the Seven of Swords. And so this is a time where moving forward, you're aware of possible trickery, of lies and deceit. And while you've got those beings like hanging over you, watching over you, you are still in the middle of this path. You're moving towards the light. And you have this a lot of this in your hindsight. You know it's there. It's been part of the past. It could be very well there in the future, but you are knowledgeable enough. You are dependent enough. You have the clarity to see what all this is going on. And so just keep moving forward. I hope that resonates, my dear. I'm seeing some of the comments that you're saying yes. So that's what I have for you. And I'll give you over to Karen. Bye, Jackie. Good
Yes.
night, my
Night,
dear.
Jackie.
Sleep tight.
Hi, flowing. So I was pulling cards, so I wasn't really like looking at the chat at what you were saying to Heather. But I do want to say, like, on the bottom card energy that I got for you, it's Ten of Swords. Something painful that ended. Did somebody stab you In the back, did what something that felt like total defeat for you, but it's over with right now. You're coming out of that and needing this like full, but the full, just like Heather and I also talked about. I even wrote a poem about, yeah, like, you know, um, something like, she's not a fool, she's not a fool, but it's being okay with what's unknown going forward, that blind faith, um, and just finding the joy in not having all the answers. It's about the journey, not the destination, right? And I did have ball like come out above that. Like, I don't know, maybe if you have an affinity for soccer there somehow, but also what is a ball is like, my kids love to play with balls or whatever, and um, they, wherever they go, they just kind of, land and roll. They have a freedom to them, like a playfulness to them, I think. And also, too, if you look at the circle, you think about the circle shape, the zero, like this is the all around circle there. I think a challenge though right now is there could be, look at this. Okay, so this is like the two of wands here. And getting in, like knowing exactly what or how, like a plan, knowing exactly, like you're looking out and know that there's more, but it's actually making the plans to start putting that into place. It's a dual kind of phase here. And the challenge here is actually, breaking the ground there, breaking the ground on your plans. I don't know if the letter D has some, but they were digging that, the D, and then we had a blank tile. This is a tile for you to name, right? You've got to name that plan moving forward. That's kind of your challenge. The advice here is the Devil card. There can be some things, especially with that Ten of Swords in the bottom, is breaking through some things that aren't good for you. It could be people have all kinds of things that it is. It's just, what that is, and it's taking your control back. Because I think you have so much potential here, and I believe spirit sees that. I had the snowflake come out, and the snowflake is always like, you're unique. You have something unique and special to offer, because no two snowflakes are alike. We had the Eiffel Tower come out. Okay, a little.
Ooh, oui, oui.
Yeah, oui, oui. Yeah.
Ooh, merci, oui, oui.
Yes, français.
Exactement.
So yeah, and then we had a little crown come out. This, I think, is the sign to take your power back. Okay, and this is just for you. Okay, but got to come out of that, because I think there's a lot of magic. This is like my little magic kitty here with the crystal ball though too. What do you do with a crystal ball? Like, there's things in your future to look towards. Okay, and I think you have some. I feel that you have that ability to see. This is one of my prognostication cards too, by the way. It's the Two of Wands, because a lot of times they're holding the world in their hands. And I like to think of that as somebody who has that ability as a gift that's hidden, that maybe needs to be unlocked. My oracle card for you here is the homunculus. It's a master number 33. And look, there's this little winged being in there that's locked in a bottle. That's kind of like, with the devil, the restrictions, feeling that oppression, right? But right now, this little angel is percolating because look, there's growth, there's blossoms coming up. And this is the potential of what can be and what you can grow into. And it's about coming out of this bottle to grow outside of it. Okay. Um, we've got the magician card here from my angel tarot deck. Nithahaya, please forgive me. I don't know how to say all of these.
Maybe.
The magician, you have all of the tools. You know what that means, right? And the angel that's looking after you is that Nithaya, okay? And this is number 25, the generous God, spiritual wisdom in magic, just like the little magical cat, right? Helps one gain wisdom and discover hidden secrets. What a scorpionic message that one is, by the way. And my quote for you is gratitude for all that's to come, because there's more to come for you, and appreciation for all that's already here. And that's my message for you.
Nice. And let me just back this up a little bit. Do do do. So yeah, they're all sharing about, yes, no counterfeit decks. Thank you. No, no,
Yeah.
no, no. We don't want
Yep.
those. So I'm looking to see where Carmela started. I think here, Karen. Oh my God, my favorite number, 33. I see it all the time.
That's the angel number for you then.
And yes, I do. It's been in me always since I was a kid. Um, and Ever Inferno joined us. Hello, hello. And so did Janet Lee has also joined us. And then she says here, Heather and Karen, thank you so much. I'm smiling. Oh, you're welcome, sweetheart.
No,
We like
thank
to
you. It
hear
was an
that. We like
honor.
smiles. And Bobby, why are you blushing? Yes, because you are amazing. Yes, keep
Yes.
growing, keep striving. So, all righty. So up next is Amber Gedden. I'm going to, kind of go back and forth a little because we have new people that we haven't really read for. So I love the new peeps coming in. So how is your energy doing, my dear, at your time? Are you
I'm
good?
great.
Okay.
I'm great.
All righty. So let me grab my card because I want to look at this particular card that I got for Amber. Choo choo. But now I got that song in
Yeah.
my head. You were saying something about coming out, and all I could hear was Diana Ross. I'm coming out. Do, do. I want the world to
To
know.
see.
Got
Yeah.
to let it show. Uh-huh.
I'm coming out.
So now I have that song in my head. I love skating
Darn
to
it.
that as a kid. It's a catchy
Yeah,
tune.
it is. It
It
is.
really is. Um, so
All right. Just look at me a second. I gotta take I've been drinking a lot of water, so I need to go take a
yeah,
little
go,
real
go, go,
quick. I'll be
go.
right back.
I'm with you a little bit. So, Amber, your overall energy is the Nine of Pentacles. So, again, like the last reading, this is all about one's independence, financial security, stability, other things that are we find that are bountiful that we can be grateful for. The abundance of having enough food on our table, having good people in our life, and having good health, and or working and striving towards having good health. And this is just a wonderful all around good feeling card. Independence. You worked hard. This is kind of like I worked hard. Like the previous card was the Eight of Pentacles, working hard, nose to the grind, honing your craft, and now this is like reaping the rewards. So this is a beautiful card. This is the overall energy. So at this time, this is the transformation. This is the energy you can tap into. So your first card is the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles again. not just, the finances, the security, but you have um, the natural, being grounded, being mindful, um, very business oriented, um, just really being grounded and rooted, in finance, in a sense of security. For me, it's very spiritualistic as well, um, nurturing. Let me see what else Vixen wrote here. I love this, a down to earth figure. So very down to earth. I know she looks a little scary in this deck, but I don't know. She's pretty cool looking, if you ask me. And it says here it's about balancing. I like this. He writes, the Queen of Pentacles knows when to balance nurture and tough love as well. So this could be, sometimes the negative side effect of the Queen of Pentacles is, the over the overpowering motherliness or whatever. But for here, it's that healthy of, tough love, sticking to your guns, you know, just really pushing for success, and that goes perfectly with your Nine of Pentacles. Let me see if he added anything there that I wanted to add. Oh, I love it. The Queen of Pentacles are known as a powerhouse. So even though it's not a Wands card, still tapping into that earth energy, pulling that energy up of Mother Gaia, and just um, knowing where to properly, the queens are all about being able to know how to control the energy, know how to manipulate it. So for her, that's that nurturing emotional, but knowing how to get grounded and knowing where to send all that energy into areas of life, that needs supporting, that needs grounding, that needs creativity. So wonderful card. Also, Ace of Wands. Um, New ideas, new energy. Um, there's a new energy that's coming through. Take that energy, start transforming with it. What areas of your life have you been wanting to transform? Creativity, passion. Um, Sorry, hold on a sec. Can you guys hear my neighbor? He's going. So anybody, if hears a voice yelling behind me outside my window, let me know, and I'll mute myself. But if we're all good, I'll just keep going. Um, so I got the Ace of Wands. Like again, taking that wand, taking that energy that's coming in, that creative energy. I know this is like, winter season when things start to slow down, but that doesn't mean that our creativity has to. So tapping into that energy of creativity, motivation, moving forward. And it's beautiful because you have the star card next. And so take that energy of that wands, focus on your dreams, on your hopes, on your wishes, and just pursue that. Keep moving forward with that. And the last card I got is the Six of Swords again came up. And so transforming this energy, we are moving forward. We're leaving the negative stale behind. We're moving across calm waters into something else. So that is what I have for you, Amber. I hope that resonated. And so I'm not saying anybody, you can't hear the neighbor. Okay. So some of you who know where I live, I have a particular annoying neighbor who likes to get a little unruly sometimes. And so making sure that doesn't interfere with the beautiful readings. And the Six of Swords is emotional. Yeah, it's just not physically leaving something behind, but mentally moving from maybe a mental turmoil or a mental, like, just, like that Nine of Wands where we can't seem to get rest. We have nightmares, we have fears hanging over us. It's that serene moving. You're moving forward with clarity now, leaving the past behind and moving into something new. So that's what I have for you, my dear.
Okay.
Give it over to you, Karen.
All right. This is Amber Geddon, right? Okay.
Let me put Amber back
That
up
really
there.
cool name. Yeah, I
I
remember
know.
having fun in chat talking to Amber Geddon last night. So thank you for being here, by the way. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's funny. Like, I did see a comment that you put, Amber, about a big transition that you had. Um, And yeah, I can see that
Mhm.
like coming out of this, like something that hurt, because the Ten of Swords made an appearance too.
Mhm.
Again, all right. Yes, getting out of, like, look, they're like literally like bound by all these swords in a box here. Yeah, getting and moving past that pain that was inflicted
Mhm.
upon that circumstance there. And I feel like this has been a card that's been like kind of buzzing around a lot lately, is this Page of Swords. I saw it. I think I saw the Page of Swords come out a few times last night too. So the challenge here, this Page of Swords, is the curiosity, but also maybe getting some more clarity, doing some research, looking into things a little bit more. Because look, like literally, like there's that little like spyglass there too. But also with the Page of Swords, we have to be careful about our communications, the words that we say. Also be aware of messages and things that people can bring around you that can be conflicting, because the Page of Swords can be quite blunt, and the messages can be a little sharp, and sometimes it can be gossip. So there could be, this energy challenging you, but also there too is it's just saying to get more information as well. Okay. And oh, I forgot to tell you, like, look at this. Like, yeah, this is my binder clip that came out on the Ten of Swords, literally binding something together, right? And the key came out with my little Lego chain here. So this is that key. This is the key to unlocking. And I remember you saying like energy, energy, and E came out like in my charms as Heather was saying energy. But this could also be a
Mhm.
significant initial for you, okay? And then there's this open shell.
Mhm.
Yeah, something's opening up. You got to open up something a little bit more and look in there, but it's available because this isn't closed, all right? And it's funny, you were talking about the Six of Swords, Heather.
Mhm.
And sometimes the Six of Swords can be about traveling too, right? And I've got this like little steering wheel column here with a wheel, and literally a tire, a wheel that came out on strength. So, I mean, yeah, this is about getting in the driver's seat, and taking control of your life again. And um, yeah, taking control. You're in the driver's seat, okay?
Mhm.
But be focused there, okay? With the strength. This is this is the advice, okay? And with strength, I often read it as, yes, having courage, those types of things, but also strength is knowing when to hold back and knowing when to move forward, as in a will, as in a tire on something, okay? So you might have to, I know I can like feel like sometimes I have to hold back some things a little bit because it doesn't really help the situation at that point. Or you just feel like people are almost poking you, like don't
Mhm.
poke the bear, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. And it's holding back those impulses to like want to lash out. And it's almost like, just like, okay, like I've got control over myself. And yeah, it's fighting that the animal inside it sometimes there. But it does require patience and grace and strength to just be able to do that. The ladder was my card for you here, and it is number 30, which that breaks down to a 3. Just the Empress. Okay, so the ladder, obviously, this is this ladder just going up into the heavens, and that that is, climbing for more knowledge, more research, maybe even like learning some new things. But the sky's the limit. Just keep going. Okay. Don't get tired of the climb there. Um, I was looking at his keywords on here: pursuing a lofty dream and finding success, ascension, rising up in the
Hey,
hierarchy,
Ramon.
an amazing, unexpected encounter or result, and finding the truth. So that's the Page of Swords. It's finding that truth and that clarity, right? And that's a challenge for you right now because everything might not seem so clear. On the bottom of the deck came the Seven of Pentacles, but an upright. And that is all about knowing when the picking is right for the taking. And that patience. It can be frustrating at times, just like they're tapping this, trying to shake the pinnacle out of the tree with the stick. But the tree has the blood that comes out of it right there. If they're just not ready to fall yet, don't don't get discouraged by that. That's what I want to put. All right. The Hierophant, Haziel, was your angel card here. Um, the merciful God. This is like divine forgiveness, obtains friendship and favors the great, and secures promises. And that Hierophant is all about, there's just like rules and things that we just have to do sometimes societally in order to keep that peace at times. Picking and choosing your battles, I would say. And where's my quote? I had a quote for you. There it is. Okay, it's blending in. This is the last page. Gratitude is the sweetest thing in a seeker's life, in all human life. If there's gratitude in your heart, then there will be tremendous sweetness in your eyes. It's like smiling with your face, like smiling with your eyes. And the gratitude that you have for things, it comes out in energies that don't even have to be expressed, and other people will feel that. And it's, putting out the positive energy, you get what you give. So, and you might have nice eyes, by the way, too. So smile with your eyes.
Aww.
Yeah, I think there's a statement there.
Amber
Thank you.
says, thank you. This has given me so much hope because I've been in the dark night of the soul for the past few years. And
Oh,
she added also, because chat has been jumping, I've been feeling frustrated lately about my living situation. And I just have to trust it will happen when it's divine timing. Definitely. And we've had Ramon join us. Hello, Ramon.
hi, Ramon.
And my girl popped in, my friend
Ramon.
Amanda. And God,
Hi.
almost 35, going on 40 years we've known each other. So,
Wow, that's a
yeah.
gift.
Thanks for popping in, girly. Um, yeah, no, he wasn't there, but an interesting story is that she's like, yay! So they're celebrating for us, Amanda. That's Karen's twins in the background, twin girls. Um, but no, I went to one of those. I had a dream about the sinking ship when I was older, and it was creepy enough being at the movies and kind of seeing stuff that was like bringing back like stuff like, oh my god, I remember dreaming about this. But there was an area when I was in Boston, in Massachusetts, visiting a friend before I came back home. They had the exhibit, the Titanic exhibit, at the one museum there.
Oh,
But
Chris is here.
so I went through all of it, and there was one picture. There's a wall of pictures. I have not been able to find this wall of pictures again anywhere. And there was actually a young man with blonde hair. No, not Leonardo DiCaprio, but this gentleman had blonde hair. And when I looked at it, I knew him. He was somebody I had seen in one of the in that dream. So pretty freaky. So maybe one day we'll figure stuff out. And I said, you heard Chris. Hey,
Yes.
Chris. Go Squad
Hi.
Scotland. Oh my
So
goodness,
good
it's
to
about
see
what?
you.
10 o'clock your time now, I believe.
So good to see you.
So
He
So
gets to
there's
see
like
me
they're
on the other side now.
yes, and they're
I'm usually
talking
watching
about
him.
steaks. I know that interview that he did with Bobby, I couldn't stay for it, but wow. I
Yeah,
mean,
it was
who can
amazing.
remember,
That's
like I said, I could barely
for my
remember
class.
what I had for breakfast, and Chris is remembering 45 seconds before he was born. I mean, my
Right.
God,
Who does that,
that's
right?
yeah, that's amazing, Chris. And Ever Inferno says, I love Karen's hairpiece. We all
Aw,
do. It's
thank
pretty
you.
cool. So I had asked, I typed into the chat if Unicorn was still here, and I didn't get a response. So I've been looking to see who's still been chat. Are you still good for
Yeah,
readings?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Sorry.
I didn't know if you had to get going, but I know that Anna is still here. So why don't we go ahead and
Sure.
oh, I'm here. Well, Unicorn, I typed in a little while ago asking if you were here, sweetheart. So what we're going to do is we're going to do Anna, then we'll do Unicorn, and then if Gypsy JJ is still here, then we'll get to Gypsy JJ. So this is going to be for Anna. So let's get
Okay.
Anna.
Sure. Gonna mute myself because I do charms.
So Anna. Oh, bacon wrapped filet mignon. Oh, stop. Y'all are getting me hungry. So Anna. You'll be here? Okay, JJ. So that flipped out. Ooh, cards flipping out for you, Anna. So what does Anna need to transform during this Scorpio season during this time? Hmm. Okay. Okay, so Anna, let me take your name off just really quick. So the first, I was shuffling and a card flew out, and I set that aside. So the first one that flew out is the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords is about, again, too, about betrayal, lies, feeling like um, people walking away from you or you having to walk away from people. And with the swords being thoughts, this could be, maybe like self sabotaging beliefs or words that we tell ourselves. Sometimes when, whatever our circumstances are, we get we sometimes develop this negative self talk or belief about ourselves. So with the swords, it's usually typically about things being said to us or by ourselves. So just really focusing on, I mean, this flew right out. So really focusing on walking away from negative thoughts and people. And, it's sometimes also referred to the bully card. So making sure that, if it's not, us ourselves that are kind of bullying ourselves with our negative thoughts and beliefs, um, we're not letting others do that. And this is like an energy that just really jumped out. And the overall energy I did get is the Two of Swords. So it's like a truce needs to be made. Usually it's a decision, but here it's almost kind of feels like it's a truce. I've got out of my 5 cards for you, I have 3 that are swords. So there's um, a lot of thought, a lot of communication, a lot of clarity that needs to come forward. So first card up is the King of Wands, and the King of Wands is somebody who knows how to, who's very charismatic. Um, People generally tend to like them very much because they are very creative. They're very insightful. They're very imaginative. Um, they kind of like get the job done, but in a place of being grounded. It's like that they know how to kind of like tap into the energy of, see, let's say like a boss, let's say. It's a person who can see, how they can inspire others to do better. They have that ability. I'm going to take a look too here at what Vixen says, because his that's quite the King of Wands. It's kind of a cat like King of Wands, and it makes me think of the Grinch. If he was green instead of black, I would definitely think that would be the Grinch. I see the Grinch's face in there. Um, but let's see what Vixen adds to this. Yeah, it's all about leadership, very optimistic. So at this time, what we're transforming, we need to transform our thoughts about ourselves, our situation, our environment, and those around us in a positive manner. Um, have that. He's about vision as well, and he's capable of bringing joy, fun, and success to those people around him. And they're very clever and is a master problem solver. So moving forward, let's start focusing how we can creatively move forward and getting out of this mental division, decision making, this strife, and moving on to something more positive. Next card I did get is the Four of Wands, which is about celebration, foundations. The fours are about taking that energy of the wands from the initial energy, from the planning and the structuring, and then the expansion and making to the physical and bringing all that together to create that beautiful foundation and celebration of achievements. And then the last card I did get is the Page of Swords. And now this one here, the Page of Swords is typically a younger person or a younger energetic. And again, there's no um, definition or defining of gender with the card. So this is a very energetic, even age. So we're looking at the Page of Swords. So this is somebody who is very um, a people pleaser, very chatty, wanting to see what can they take and what can they learn to see how far they can go with it. This is someone who loves to debate, who loves to communicate, wanting to look at things at every different angle. And sometimes, like the Knight of Swords, Knight of Swords are more kind of like impulsive. Here, the swords, Page of Swords steps back a little bit, but they still feel like they have something to prove. They want to kind of like running with the swords, kind of like, let's grab this sword, let's grab this idea, let's grab this vision and see how far I can run with it. So taking all this energy from the negative and turning it into something very positive and kind of like reimagining. Kind of, I like this. He calls it the rookie behavior. Take a stab at something new, learning, embracing knowledge and power. So this time, leaving that mental chatter or communication that's negative from others, tapping into that King of Wands energy, enjoying that beautiful foundation of celebration and creation, and start exploring what it is that you want to explore and have fun with. So that's what I have for you. And Chris, this is the Ethereal Tarot by Vixen. So that's what I'm using. And hello, Nor. And I'm going to put, this is Anna that we're reading for. And there you go.
Okay, so they've got the Fool card coming out again, and that's like Aries energy too, by the way. That Uranus side of, where it could be the Emperor is Aries, where that's being more structured and in control of your kingdom. But there's also with Aries a fiery side that just wants to start new adventures. And that's that Uranus, like being a little rebellious energy that comes out in the Fool here. Whoops, I just dropped it. And that was the first card. This was it just flipped out. It flew out. So the Fool that energy, you know, some type of new something here, right? And the challenge is, oh yeah, and this it can be. I've seen this come out in some Emperor cards, but this is like funny because we were, it's a Scorpio show, and Eagle was a Scorpio symbol too. And eagles, what do they do? Yes, they can soar, they can fly, all those good things, but they see the bigger picture of things too. So I'm getting the sense though there's a need to see a bigger picture of something. Not everything is quite clear entirely right now. And the challenge, and this is a tough one. I feel it, okay? I feel it. All right. The Five of Pentacles. It's interesting. On this Five of Pentacles, there's that like creepy eye that's staring.
Giving you
And
the eye.
yeah, and it's feeling, yeah, it can be financial problems. It can be feeling left out in the cold by something. It's a it's a feeling of lack. But usually there's always some form of help. And sometimes we just have to help ourselves, but there can be other forms of help too. So it's not totally hopeless, and we don't have to stay there, but it's challenging. It's a five. Fives bring disruption and change and conflict, but it's halfway through the journey. The advice, and again, here came a reversal on me. The Six of Cups in reverse. There's something you're holding on to your past. It's letting go of something from your past that's not serving your greatest good. And on the bottom of the deck is the Ten of Wands. It's just a heavy burden. It's about lightening the load. The Fool does not carry much. The Fool is light, okay? And this like little kid came out on top of the Fool, all right? And that's that like inner child. That is the Fool. Tapping into, how a child doesn't hold the same fears as an adult does, right? A little Lego piece here says special transport. Okay. Special transport. This is a fender off of a 1955 Chevy truck here. Little fender or
Must be a
bumper.
tiny little driver.
Yeah, it's a little one. It's a little yellow. It's yellow too. And it says 1955 on it. If you add those together, though, 10 plus 10, 20, judgment, it's a time to, and in 1955 could have some significance, those numbers. So you might want to write those down. Sometimes these charms come out funny like that later. That's judgment. It's a time. The horn is, calling you to step into the next phase here. It's time to make a big decision and graduate out of something, right? It's your like report card, your life report card moment here. It's big. I think we just wanted the little T-Rex here, but a dinosaur is ancient, right? And that's on the top of that Six of Cups in reverse. It says terrific. Yeah, maybe it once was, but it's time to just let that go. It's in the past. And we got this was one of mine, I think, from Ange, I think. A little bee that she sent me. It's a happy little bee. But there's some work. There's some work to do to get out of this, right? Bees work.
Yeah, we love her trinkets too, Amber.
Yeah, yeah. And then there's that pollination too. Something that needs to be spread around here. And that this, I don't know, like Six of Cups can be like family or whatever. We've got a tree here. I always think, something with family that might be held on to, but it can also be relationships, friendships, anything that once was sweet maybe has turned sour. It's not so sweet anymore. Okay. Um, I got Seraph here, and this is a messenger card. Okay. And I think it's important for you to know. Let me pull, because this is a new deck for me. Okay. Um, the flaming angel with 6 wings. That's funny. The Six of Cups, right? Hovers over the town, keeping watch over the citizens below, brighter and more glorious than any constellation in the sky. She serves as a divine sign of hope and inspiration. So, this is like spiritual advice or guidance and protection. It's kind of like an angel, and I did pull an angel, and it's funny because, as I just said, protection. The Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is all about, how we imprison ourselves, how we can move forward here. And we've got Mebahel, and it's number 14, and it says God, protector and savior. Interesting. It's all about, look at the head. This angel doesn't play around. Truth and justice, protection from enemies. Who would steal one's fortune? Is this what's causing this? And the advice is to come out of that. What you are being linked to and holding on to is the exact same thing that's putting you in that state, right? And I did pull out one more card for you here. Flow. Flow. Believe that, stay positive in your thoughts, and believe and have faith that opportunities and things, but also have faith in yourself and go with the flow. Some of it's going to be unknown and it will feel uncomfortable. So you're going to have to flow with the ups and downs and the ebbs, and go with that. And it'll be okay in the end, because I believe at the end of the day, with the Fool, we have that leap of faith, that divine faith, that knowing.
Mhm.
And my quote for you is gratitude. This one's kind of fun though, okay? Gratitude is wine for the soul. Go on, get drunk by Rumi. Get drunk on gratitude, okay? Because
Yeah.
that is wine for our soul. Not saying to literally go out and get drunk.
Get drunk on life, right?
Yeah, yeah, enjoy that. Um, yeah.
See,
So,
and I don't
anyways,
even know if Anna's still here. I've been asking if she's here
yeah.
because there haven't been any comments in the
Oh
chat.
no, that was
So
a
we
nice
just
read.
appreciate in the future anybody who requests a reading from myself or any of my fellow readers. Please to remain in chat so that be present when we do our readings because it's respectful of
Drunk
us,
on
and
love.
that way we can ask if the readings resonate with you. So I had seen her earlier in the beginning, but I haven't seen any comments. So Anna, if you are still here, please let Karen and I know if
That
on some
resonated
level
for
these
you.
readings resonate with you. So, all righty. Well, we have two left. Are you good for
Okay.
two more? Because we are going
Yeah,
on
two
five
more. Okay.
o'clock.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can do two. That's fine.
And yes, the Ethereal Tarot by Vixen. So, okay. I
Okay.
already have my cards because Unicorn is up next. And I'll go ahead and just start diving into my cards. So, Unicorn, the first card that came out is the Moon card. So, the Moon card is about kind of looking in the shadows, not looking in the shadows, but not being afraid to look in the shadows. So, during this time, transforming energy is to not be afraid of looking into the shadows, into our shadow side, our shadow self. Um, you know, embracing the light that the moon shares and shines into our shadows, and reminding us of our connection to the divine feminine, the moon, the water. This is very much a also kind of like a Scorpio card because of the water aspect to it. This is about tapping into our intuition and our abilities and not being afraid. So with the moon card, it's about um, trusting that that inner call to explore and not be afraid to explore the shadow side of ourselves, because we can find so many valuable lessons and gifts and things about ourselves that we didn't know. And I love how with the moon, it balances the light and the dark. So it's not heavy, it's not overweighing, that there's a beautiful synergy and balance between the two. So that one had jumped out. So my other card, first of the three, is the Fool card. And so moving forward at this time, what you have to let go or to transform, the fear of the unknown, taking a chance. I love how in this, he's like raising the wand and it's kind of like pulling back the cloud a little bit. And when you do, it looks like there's another little him up there about to go through another portal, another doorway. So not being afraid of pulling back to see what else is possible, what is else is out there, to explore, having that, tapping into that fearlessness, um, not to be afraid of starting this new journey. Next card I have is the Page of Wands, and the Page of Wands is someone who is fearless. They've taken that wand energy of creativity, energy, and passion, and want to explore everything that they can with that. Again, this is a card about fearlessness. Um, the wands are about limitless potential, what it is that you want to create, what is it that you want to start exploring. um, Wands, pages are all about curiosity, wanting to explore something new again. And this is all about maybe exploring creativity, aspects of your creativity, looking at new creative projects, or just really tapping into that inner energy to start working and manifesting something that you've been wanting to for a while. The next card I have is the Six of Wands, which is a card of success. This is about success, celebration, triumph. So, pursuing that with that Page of Wands, you being that Page of Wands, embodying that energy. Um, it's take that energy of that burning flame, that burning passion, and just running with it and going with it, and then you have this beautiful success. Things will light up. These almost kind of look to almost like candles on a birthday cake in a way, if you want to. um, what is lighting you up, what is celebrating, what is your achievement. And then the overall energy though is the Five of Wands. So there is some sort of struggle, there's some sort of conflict. And I'm not seeing this with other people, but within you. So it's about getting out of our heads. Stop struggling with, do I do this, do I do that, but what if this, what if that. Whatever this conflict or this turmoil, this needs to be addressed first. And when it does, then you have this wonderful opportunity of trying something new, being fearless, moving ahead, charging forward, expressing, exploring, finding your passion, the success. You just got to get out of your own way to do it. So that's what I have for you. And well, look who finally showed up. Wow, wow, wow. It took a while. We finally manifested him. Only took about what, 2 hours?
I was saying so late, so late, so late.
So like hello, Tom.
You got to be
A
kidding me.
sassy Tom. So
Sassy.
that's what I had for unicorn. Let's see.
Yeah, that's all.
Yep. We've been reading
Mm-hmm.
on you in the Morgan for a while now, several of us, multiple times. So hopefully that helps, and I'll give it over to Karen. And we're doing unicorn.
Yeah. So it's funny. You just had the Fool come out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're getting like this other side of Aries. There's something about Aries right now. The Emperor. The
There you
Emperor
go.
came out. Okay. But look, like this Emperor, he's got somebody like locked underneath his foot, right? Like a little imp, keeping things under control. Hmm. Does this represent an energy in your life, please? Unicorn and Rainbows? Does this resonate for you? Yes, this is my girls singing you,
They're
pat my
playing
hand.
music for you. It's just they're giving mom some ambient music for your
Yes.
reading.
And like I had my like airlift service charm come out over the emperor. And then like this little military cap, you know, like the emperor does take charge, very militant, right? But also like the helmets can be protection. And so you got my like little clover charm here. Clover tends to be good luck and good fortune, right?
Somebody's got a
everything that
drummer. Yes.
everything that
Drummer,
happens
drummer.
during a read is part of the read, right? Yeah. Maintaining control in circumstances where it's hard to do so. It's hard to focus, right? So we've got the Four of Wands here in the middle. And this is a challenge for you, by the way. The Four of Wands, too, can just be, you know, about like coming together, you know, celebrating wins, but also it's about stability after achieving something, you know, waiting is achieving something and enjoying that achievement. We've got the little doggy, little corgi above here. That's loyalty, right? And the Four of Wands is, you know, about stability and loyalty. And then we've got this like ship wheel here. And again, that's that emperor kind of, you know, like a captain leading the ship here. So I keep getting this sense of needing to be more
Me too.
like the emperor. Yeah. More, what's the word I'm looking for here? Just more in control and more disciplined, self disciplined. Okay. Because the advice card here is we've got the belly dancer for the Two of Pentacles. I love this card. But yeah. The belly, this one, she knows how to move her hips, right? There's got to be balance in that, especially while she's got to hold on to her money while she does it. I'm just playing. But yeah, the Two of
That's a pretty card.
Pentacles is, you know, yeah, it's like juggling. There's things, different priorities, and it's like, what do you go for? Um, and it can be hard to strike that balance, and it does require a sense of flow and flexibility to be able to do that, right?
I
And
really like
I'm,
the artwork
yeah,
on that card. A lot of the cards kind of creep me out, but she's cool. I like her.
I do too.
She's pretty
Yeah.
badass.
Yeah, she is pretty badass. Yeah. So this is like your advice, you know? Yeah, you've got to figure out
Yeah,
how to strike that balance here, all right? And the bottom card energy is interesting. I won't lie, okay? The Two of Cups is on the bottom. Are you in a relationship by chance, Unicorn? If not, this can just be harmony with others or, you know, soul friends, soulmates, also contracts and just any type of, you know, conversation there. But it's a balance. It's a two, okay? A two and a two. And then we had a four and a four. Twos is the duality, and fours is all about, you know, security and balance. So that's something I feel like you are wrestling with. A lot of us are. You had a key, okay, come out over the Two of Pentacles.
Oops, my thing died. Can y'all hear me okay still? Okay, cool. All right. And then we've got like the little horse, and that's, you know, about freedom. But I also think like with the chariot too, you know, like the opposing forces and that self discipline and everything. Because we've got a whip, and I think it's like whip into shape. You got like the little flashlight here, okay? Shining, you know, like peering ahead into the darkness to see ahead a little bit more. But we do have like a happy late little girl, or teenager or whatever. She looks kind of sporty. And I think this is like the princess flag right here, you know? Staking your, yeah, like claiming your stake on things here. But there's also a chain too. You feel chained to some things. And we've got a heart. Okay. So some of these things can just be, you know, random things that mean something to you. They don't always have to directly tie into the reading. They can be just like added sources of confirmation that say, this is for me, right? The mandrake wants to come out again. And funny, 22 is the number in the mandrake. What does that break down to? A 4. Okay. And the mandrake, you know, before when we were reading about it, it said that it's often can be used in magic, but we have to be careful with that. And you see, though, the mandrake is rooted, grounded in the earth. We can use our power for good and bad things, right? And it's about finding the right balance of power. But this, you know, you could be uprooted from some comforts and things like that that might feel uncomfortable. So you're going to and that's Two of Pentacles energy too. Having to move things that it doesn't feel very comfortable, have to do that. All right. Your angel that you got is, oh gosh, thank you, Vualia. I'll just let you look at it, okay? And that's that 5 of Cups, all right? And number 43, God, King, and Ruler. Prosperity, destruction of the enemy, and deliverance from bondage. I think this can be like ourselves, you know, the way that we put our, you know, with the 5 of Cups too. And if that 2 of, you know, Pentacles, there can be just things that we feel sad that we don't have anymore too, right? Something that we've got to like grieve for the things that we can't have, for the difficult choices that we have to make and balance. And so that's an angel you can turn to, okay? And then this says, preserve your memories, keep them well. What you forget, you can never retell. Louisa May Alcott. And that was not one of my gratitude quotes that wanted to come out for you. So I'm thinking like, yeah, preserve our memories, leave them in the past, and just forge forward and create your own stability, your own balance. Be an emperor, take control. And that's my message.
All righty. So I've been sharing her comments. I know you've been seeing them. So she said the last one was right. True. It's all about balance. So
Okay, good.
All righty. We started at 3 and now it's almost 5:30. So last one up is
Victory.
Gypsy JJ. And I'm telling you, the conversations that have been going on in chat with John and the ladies today.
Oh, it looks like a fun chat today.
It has been between talking about meat and jerky and cracking a whip. And I'm just like, oh my God, what are y'all, is this a continuation from last night? But it's like, Miss Carol G gets the VIP treatment. So the rest of Heather's shows, we gotta
Oh
watch.
yeah, you had whips and chains in your read, Unicorn.
Yeah. It's like I'm going to have to start, getting the bucket of cold water and start splashing it on my cat now. Like, come down, y'all. Oh my goodness. So
we like to have a good time.
We do. We don't want to get too,
Yeah, not just the right, right enough of spice. But
also,
that's where my divine
is
charms.
one of the ladies, huh? What was that?
But the whips and chains came out for her. I'm not redoing the charms.
It's on the yeah. It's so Gypsy said she was going to be here, so I let her know that she was going to be the last one. So Gypsy, hope you're still here. You said you're going to hang out, so whew, it is warm.
I like to see all of y'all's ideas and how y'all read the trinkets too. And I think a lot of times that we are like a part of the process, you know?
Yes.
Like it's not just the reader saying things. Like I feel like there's things that you take through the messages being given, and it's a joint effort. I feel like.
Yes. And Gypsy is here, so I'm going to go ahead and start.
I'm gonna mute myself.
Thank you, Ange. I saw that during the show that Kristen dropped a video, so be sure everyone to go over to Kristen Louise's channel. And while you have that up there, Ange, Kristen Louise will be joining Nancy and I on the following Monday. Let's see, tomorrow is the 10th, so that would make it the 17th. No, the 18th. Monday, the 18th. She will be coming on to discuss her new spiritual path working with Lilith, the goddess Lilith. So that will be interesting. So thanks, Ange, for putting it up there. And I could let everyone know about that upcoming show. And tomorrow, Nancy and I will be back for our Divine Feminine, and we'll be doing readings and discussing the energy around the 1111 portal. That's tomorrow. Oh my goodness. Okay, JJ, what is it? Every time I do a reading for you, JJ, my cards go flying all over the place. Well, these are a hard deck to shuffle, though, because Vixen makes his cards extremely long. I mean, that much longer. So it's crazy. Guess you need more. Okay, so. Boy, certain cards keep coming up today. This is interesting. So let me grab Vic, because Vixen is just his artwork. Well, he uses AI, but it's something that a vision that he has. Because for people who don't know, Vixen spent quite a few years living on the streets as a sex worker to survive and to be able to make a living. And at some point, his life turned around for him, and I know he's part of a coven, and he wanted to create some decks that worked with the shadow aspects of how he had to live and how his life was. And so he's been working on he worked on this deck, and working with the AI program and putting in his experiences, his feelings and emotions into this deck, because for him it's not about the darkness but the light as well, that got him through. So he does have a semi-autobiographical book. He had to change some names and things to protect people and whatnot, but it's basically it's all on his website, urethereal.com. And he also just came out with a new deck with the same type of engine for Alice in Wonderland. So I'm hearing that's pretty cool. And so I love looking at his books, to read his perspectives on some of these. So let me just find, because this Page of Cups is very interesting. This Page of Cups has no head to it, although it's more like kind of sitting down here, but it's got like a plant growing out of it. So I found that very interesting, how he worked the image for the Page of Cups. And this card flew out while I was shuffling, JJ. And of course, the Page of Cups even though I don't quite see it here in this version, but the Page of Cups is very artistic, very intuitive. This is again a very watery card that could be, associated with Scorpio, with Cancer, Pisces. So it's tapping into that watery parts of ourselves, the dreamer, the sensitivity. Sometimes these pages of cups can be a little moody, but they really know how to tap into their emotions, especially to express themselves creatively. And I know you just say, I saw it also in the chat, that you're a musician. So I'm sure that this really this resonates with you, because it's our emotions that helps us create our poetry, our music, our lyrics, our art, our writing, whatever it is that we do creatively. And this is really all about intuitive inspiration, and it acts as a calling card to new ventures and unexpected solutions. So I love that. And now we're talking about Billy Idol. Heather, just pay attention. Try to stay focused. So that card came out for you. So JJ, moving forward, again, the Four of Wands came out, and the Four of Wands celebration, just that beautiful beam of light coming through, breaking through the clouds. It's about celebration. It's breaking through the darkness, the the shadow, and even exposing another whole other level that we can reach as well. So 401 celebration, building foundations. Now the one card that I'm looking at, and this is right in the middle, so what we're going through transforming at this time. Now, initially when we started, I kind of mentioned to Karen that, the death card, yes, is Scorpio, but too, for me, the devil might feel a little bit, because it's about, being, you know, deeply connected to, maybe unhealthy emotions or feelings, and, really kind of that vengeance, that kind of was an obsession for revenge and all. I did get the devil, so with this Four of Wands, though, the celebration, for me, it feels like this is you. You're in the process of facing these. You know what is not healthy. You know what is toxic in your life, and you're working on removing it. Whether this is, health wise, people in your life, um, letting go of things that, material wealth, gain, possessions. There's just, this is that card of obsession and holding on to things that are not healthy for us. And next card I got that came up again, the Six of Swords. So I think Karen, this is like the third time Six of Swords came out today, third or fourth time. So again, we're moving from, you know, those thoughts, the negative thoughts, the calmness, the mental clarity, and we're moving across that beautiful water, moving towards something better, leaving, this behind. Um, the overall energy too is, I love the Knight of Cups. So you got the Page of Cups, and you also got the Knight of Cups. And I love that the knights are all being represented by dragons here. And so the Knight of Cups is that nurturing, romantic, and I could see this too with you being a musician, putting that, um, your emotions into music, whether it's a painful emotion or relationship, or a passionate loving one, but just having that passion, that kindness, I keep saying compassion, but that intuition. Let me see a little bit more to what Vixen says, because the Knight of Cups, man, I love that dragon energy. Um, Staying true to one's heart. I love that. Staying true to one's heart. So you're staying focused. This is the overall energy. So you're staying true to yourself. You're leaving behind what no longer serves you. You know what that is. You know what you have to let go of. That's all getting left behind. Um, Celebrating what was good in the past. Moving forward, letting go of what no longer serves you. Crossing those waters, and celebrating in that beautiful Knight of Cups overall energy, along with the Page of Cups, all about intuition, creativity, sensitive side, seductive as well. Um, the Knight of Cups, Mr. Romantic, knight on the knight of, no, the knight in shiny armor kind of energy. But I just love how he made them dragons. Dragons are so cool. So that's what I have for you, JJ, and I'll give you over to Karen. And hey, girl, hey, what's going on? She's been listening, rearranging furniture, cleaning. So thanks for popping in and saying hi to us.
Yes. Hi, Allison. Thank you. Yeah, my like little girl just like fell. She's okay. She's time to go hug her for a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah. So, um, uh, JJ, I'm just gonna call JJ. All right. It's
mm-hmm.
funny because the J came out for you. The letter
That's
J.
cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Come here.
So,
Come here.
and it was nice to hear the that you're what a musician. You're saying
Yeah, I saw her mentioning
because
that.
some of my charms came out that spoke to that. But right here, kind of like this overall thing here is like this is the Nine of Pentacles here, and the Nine of Pentacles is being, secure in yourself. What you've acquired, you've worked for it. You went past that Eight of Pentacles, and it's, you know, you're you're enjoying the rewards of your work. It's yeah, and it's definitely just like independent. This is a woman, but also look too like she's still like standing and going. She's got a will on one foot here, and then look, she's got like that's her like little rather than having the bird on her shoulder, she has like a little stone demon angel chained to her here. But yeah, she doesn't need any help from anybody here, okay? And like a challenge that I got for you here is this Eight of Wands. Oh, I forgot to tell you, B, the letter B, came out on the Nine of Pentacles, okay? That could be somebody's initial, anything, all right? Some significance to you. B. Are you in a band? I don't know. um, the Eight of Wands here, though, look, the crow with a message here. And the Eight of Wands, yeah, it can be, movement. It can be traveling. Because I did get some, charms like some movement. Like there's a bicycle here that came out. And then that's where the guitar came out too. And the challenge would be like some type of news coming in, good news, because that can be that too with that message above. Something that you're hoping you're going to receive here so you can make some forward movement. And also there can just be a lot of things just start to happen all at once, right? And then there's this awesome chair right here. This came from Anne. She's got, it looks like a, kind of like one of those um, lounge chairs, a beach chair, whatever. And it's got a cute little face and the little bird up there. And that's funny because I did say, she has the bird and the Nine of Pentacles, right? But it's empty here. It's like the space is waiting for you. But it's like getting up, but you might have to like get up and, move around a lot too. But
Timeout
there could
chair.
be something good. Yeah, there could be something. Is that your timeout chair?
There.
It's funny how we have different things. Because I'm like seeing it as like being happy and, like I'm seeing it like there's a spot eventually like you'll get this like reward to sit back down, but things might just start moving really quickly. Okay, so just be aware of that. There could be some news coming, and this would be really exciting if you do have some type of news coming. And it usually comes like internet and also like travel. Like the bird is usually like flying, plane travel. So, and the J came out on top of the Empress here,
Bye, John. Thank you for being here.
which is beautiful energy. The Empress. here. And this is the advice. The Empress is she creates, and she's abundance in that. Just, and also like that loving, unconditional love. I mean, look at this flower that she has here, and she receives her blessings. She waits for her blessings to come to her, and she receives them. She doesn't always have to seek it out. It's also a very creative energy, but that Venusian energy pulls and draws things into them, and that's that Empress energy, being in your power in that sense, to draw things into you. Okay. The Magician was on the bottom. So whatever this is, you've got all the tools. You just gotta, continue to create it here. And funny, your like little angel that came out is like the Emperor to your Empress here, because it is the Emperor, Mikhail. Okay.
Michael.
Oh,
It's
Michael.
it's just pronounced Mikhail or something.
Thank
like
you, because I don't know how to say all of these. Yeah, I've got to learn.
Mikhail. I know my friend Amanda would, because she does a lot of the ceremonial. Mm-hmm.
Number 42, likened to God. It does say like political authority, but I thought this is interesting. Gives safe travel and protects against conspiracies, but gives safe travel.
Mm-hmm.
Is there travel coming up for you, JJ? So travel that you're wanting to happen? Something can be coming in for you here. Oh, and this is kind of like, I forgot to mention this little dude. He's got like this D on his chest. I can't remember which character series this is from, okay? Because these were hand-me-downs to my son. But look at the face. Like, there's like little beads of sweat on the face there. Like nervous about something. My card for you from the deck, this is very interesting. Number 14, the Wound Man. Look at all of these, there can be a lot of things that have hurt in the past. And I'm going to pull, I'm looking at this number 14, because this is very new for me. It says, a wounded man rises into the heavens, penetrated by various forms of weaponry. Although his injuries are severe, he remains alive and beyond any feelings of pain. So this could be a sign of like a healing of any wounds. And this could be in health or just, emotional things, but also a spirit that transcends mortal problems. So it's like it feels like that's even angelic, right? It almost feels like an angel, like you're ascending out of that. And that's kind of like what you accomplish here with the Nine of Wands too. Like, yeah, she's got a will in one foot, but she's going. She's going. She can still stand even though she's missing a foot. She put a will there. She can stand on her own and keep going.
She says, I think I'm a backup for the 2025 rock cruise. Like one of the bands that they can't make it. So very cool.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you're going to have to keep us posted. I forgot to pull you a gratitude card. Let me pull you one of those, okay?
And Amanda says, really quick, Mikael. When you see
Thank you.
So it's Mikael.
Mikael.
It's Michael, but it's in that way. It's the traditional, like I think Kabbalic Mikael.
Okay, because I was saying Mikhail, but I needed to go Mikael. Okay, gotcha.
So thank you, Amanda.
Thank you. It says, today I am grateful for laughter. Gosh almighty, have we not had a lot of that lately, right? There's nothing better than a good belly laugh and finding joy in the smallest things and little moments of happiness.
Especially now.
I think that's a really good note to end on there, because I feel like in our community, we've been able to turn to each other and find a lot of laughter together and joy. So, wow.
During these rough times.
This is all great confirmation. I hope so, JJ. That's exciting.
You're
That's so
welcome.
exciting. Keep us posted, please.
And you're welcome, Chris. Yeah, but keep an eye on Vixen's website because he does have sales. So at some point that might go on sale, the ethereal. Uh, okay, girl, I'll take a picture of it and send it to you after the show. Um, yeah, laughter is wonderful. So she says yes. And Carmel says, thank you, Heather and Karen. And I think maybe this is a good
My
time
girls
that
are having a breakdown.
we're coming to an end. So Karen and I thank you for being here. Um, and we'll be planning something for next month for Sagittarius. And so everyone have a great night. I'll hopefully see some of y'all tomorrow evening in chat for the Divine Feminine. Tomorrow's the 11/11, excuse me, portal. And uh yeah, the girls held in there so well. They did. They really did. So all righty. Everybody have a great rest of your night. Thank you again for all the kind words for the reads, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.